Hey everybody, I'm going to make this pretty short. This is my two favorite flat irons. I've owned a total of 4. If I had my last one, I'd show it to you, but I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but the Conair one, it's red and it's supposed to be like wet to straight and let out steam and stuff. Don't get that because the sealing on the outside starts to melt after a while, and I had all this sticky stuff on my fingers when I was ironing my hair. That thing's horrible, don't get it. The best wet to dry flat iron would be Remingotn Wet to Straight. It's this one right here. You can't really read that because obviously, one, I'm holding it upside down, and two, this camera shows everything backwards. So these are the plates. First you got the one with the holes in it. That's where all the steam escapes through. It goes through this hole and then it comes out through these little vents here. Goes all the way around. It has a digital screen to keep track of everything. Right now it's turned off so you won't see anything. It's a curved handle instead of straight, which I like. Now these buttons here, these are to change temperature. This button right here, if you could see it real close, it looks like steam or weather. That's your on-off button. It's for whether or not your hair is dry or damp when you're going to straighten it. And that's the power button right there. I think that's pretty obvious. The other plate is completely flat. There's nothing special about it. I've had some issues with this. When it comes to drying your hair when it's wet, it's fantastic. No burns, no dryness, came out shiny. You want to go slow with it. Don't fly through it like this. It's not going to do anything. But it worked very, very well, and I loved the way I held it. It gave the arch of my finger a perfect place to rest. It was nice and comfortable. The only thing you want to watch out for is Never mind. I'm not even going to say it because I remembered a girl commenting on it and I can't remember what the heck she was talking about because she said she kept accidentally pushing the buttons, but I don't see how that's possible. Anyway, they give you a little chart to tell you what level you should be on according to your hair type and whether it's dry or thick. This does great with wet hair, but it's absolutely terrible with dry hair. And if you're using any kind of product on your hair, see these holes are in little dents? Sometimes I get product stuck in that little dent or in the holes and I have to like scrape it out, and I hate doing that. So this is not to use on dry hair. I would get a separate one for that. And the other thing I don't like is how short the wire is. Here's the end of the wire and it goes to like there. It may not look that bad, but it's actually a pretty short wire if you look at it. It's pretty short compared to any other I've owned. Dry hair, the best one for it is definitely my Chi. I love that. Golden plates, both of them are flat. There's your little logo, Global Beauty Network Inc. And I love how easy it is to open and close. That's like one of my musts with flat irons, is it has to be easy to open and close. This has a really, really long wire. Absolutely love that. In the bottom of it, it rolls around, so you can move this thing any way you want and you're fine. The button is on the inside right here. So the only thing you gotta be careful of is when you're done with it to turn it off. Be careful not to let your fingers touch either of the plates. What I do is I kind of slide my finger in like this, and then I flip the switch down, and then I take my finger back out. The heat is perfectly even. When I used it on my dry hair, it did really good. If you use it on damp hair, it seems to be very sensitive to temperature change, because when I use it on damp hair, the temperature seemed to drop dramatically, and the light would not stop blinking, or the light kept telling me that it was not hot enough yet, and it seemed like just a slight bit of water touched to it messed it up. So this is not for drying your hair. I had some problems with it though. I get a bit of product buildup on the side of the plates. I think that's kind of expected. And also, let's see if I can give you a good enough view of this. If you look at this real carefully, you can see there's a slight curve right here. That wasn't there when I bought it. That ended up happening because of where my thumb was. The handle sometimes gets really, really, really hot. So when I was holding it like this and my thumb was pushing in, it now has a little curve in there, and that annoys the heck out of me. And same with the top. I tried flipping it around and holding it the other way, and I still ended up with curves. So now I have two curves, and I absolutely hate that. It's so annoying. And you know, sometimes people go like this to keep it nice and straight. You can't do that with this one because it's just too dang on hot. So those are my problems with the Chi. Very expensive. I wish I could have avoided all that. Let's see, I've had it for about 4 years. So far no malfunctions, unless you want to consider these little curved things a malfunction. I really just hate how hot the handle gets though. That's a total mood killer, but compared to the others I've played with, this is great. Notice the tone of my voice, I've got like mixed feelings. So these are the two, Remington Wet to Straight and Global Beauty the Chi. Great for drying hair, and this one is good for hair that is already dry. Alright, that good enough for you? It's good enough for me. Alright, thanks.